So the next thing that we want to tackle on is preparing your to-do list. And we did many people realizing having the to-do list is actually one of the most important thing that you can do to make sure that you get things done. And I like to use my old school method of writing on the notepad for my to-do. And there are many ways how you can write down your to-do. In fact, that you may have learned many styles of doing the to-do list. So I'm just going to share with you how I do it, right? So let's say your task, right, is you need to set up a website, okay? So here's how you should be doing for your to-do. You should have the big title, create website. And under the create website, you're going to have your sub to-do list, your sub task, I will call it. So under the website, you should have creating sales page, creating thank you page, and so on. So this way, you will not miss out the things that you need to do. Now, the most interesting part of why this to-do list is so powerful is that when you write it down, especially in this case, like on something tangible in a sense, somehow your mind start to organize what you need to do. And when you're able to visually see it, like what are the things that you need to do, suddenly things starts to get into, I would say, proper process. Now, this is how our mind works, right? It's hard for us to get started when we cannot see where is the final destination, so to speak. But once you have your to-do list, your mind starts to see, oh, this is how it works. You start from here and then you end from here, and these are all the subtasks that needs to be done. Now trust me on this method. By just having a simple to-do, it will save you a lot of work. And on a side note, in terms of getting things done, do you know that every night before I go to sleep, I will always have my to-do for the next day. Now, why is this important? Because when I wake up in the morning, I don't want to go and think what I need to do. I just flip out and say, hey, these are the things that I need to do right now. So I get started right away. Because when I wake up, the engine gets started. And I don't want it to so-called get stuck by thinking what to do. Now, thinking what to do is a to-do. You see where I'm coming from? Which means that the thinking of what to do, it is not contributing towards getting the results that you want to achieve, right? So speaking of getting the results that you want to achieve, which we're going to go into the next part, is how do you prioritize? Like which one comes first? So there are going to be many to-dos, right? So how do you know what to do? Or sometimes you have many projects that you want to run. Like, should I launch this first? Should I build my list first? Should I create this product first? There's so many opportunities happening in your life right now. And especially with the internet, it is so massive, right? So here's how you choose your opportunity. You know what? Let me share with you how I choose my opportunity so that you can relate, or if you want, you can model how I get my things done, how I get to work. I call it the big goal concept. Big goal concept. So every single opportunity that I get involved with has to relate back to the big goal. So what is the big goal? Well, the big goal is the so-called big project that I want to do. So I'm not sure about you, but in my business, there are always three floating projects, like three key projects that I am doing. And these three projects of them, they are interrelated with each other, and I'm referring to business projects, of course. Now, I'm not saying that, okay, this is about real estate, this is about online business, this is about investment. I'm not referring to those. I'm referring to inside the whole circle of just business, right? If you have real estate, that's like a separate thing. But within business itself, I have three floating projects, and all of them are related to each other one way or the other, right? So when it comes to opportunity, I will see that are these opportunity related to them, right? So to give you an example, where I can share with you some insights, like for instance, a few years ago I got started with network marketing business. And it was shocking to a certain degree because it's not related to internet marketing, right? Like, what am I doing? It's such a whole different world. But from strategic standpoint, from where I look at it, it is actually enhancing one of my existing projects, right? So, for instance, right, the network marketing that I built is Jeunesse, and Jeunesse is actually more towards e-commerce kind of business rather than traditional MOM, right? Or should I say network marketing? I mean, a conventional network marketing is where you carry stocks, you try to get your friends and family to buy products. So it doesn't run on that model at all. It is something that is online, and it uses the internet to expand the business. It's using the e-commerce platform. And secondly, I wanted to get into the wellness industry, not in the sense of going to buy and sell products, but to be part of that industry so long that it has an online mechanism with it, right? Now, how is it related? Well, it's very simple. I already have existing customers who are interested about online business or internet marketing. Now, some of them may not have something to do yet or do not have the time to build their own system. With Jeunesse, what I did is that I built a system to support Jeunesse, and those people who wants to use this platform, they can just get started and have everything done for you. And it's served to them on a silver platter in that sense, and they can kickstart, right? So it's actually part of my other projects in that sense. But many people publicly do not see that because they are looking at a very linear point of view. Whereas the way how I look at the business, how I evaluate it, is that I was evaluating it strategically of how it can support or enhance upon my existing projects, right? So if the opportunity is completely different, I would not have touched it. So what are the projects that you are running right now or you want to have eventually later on? So whatever this opportunity comes on your table right now, are they supporting those or not? So if it's not, then you don't prioritize them at all. It's really that straightforward. Regardless of how lucrative it is, you probably won't do that. Why? Because from strategic standpoint, it is not going to be that easy because on the word I'm trying to say is that on the fairground, like if you're gonna do both of them, which one will be faster? The one that will be faster will be the one that you already have the resources, you already have some kind of fundamentals being done, rather than build something from scratch. Okay, so if you have several projects and so on, how do you actually divide them? Now, this is a simple model that you can follow if you want to. So this is how I look at it in terms of business. There are two key things that will distinguish which one will get my attention first. So for instance, right now, you have many to-dos, right? Should you do the emails first, like set up emails, or should you create videos for YouTube? All right. So first, simple. The first question you ask yourself is this: what makes you money now? Right now, if you do it right now, it can be monetized, right? And when you use the word right now, in a way, I'm not referring to specifically like right away, immediately, as in like now, as in like few days later on, next week, and so on, right? Now, okay? So those will require 80% of your time, and 20% will be spent on those that will give you the results later on. So a simple way of how you think of it is this, is that you have tasks, right? Many tasks for one project. Now, just think of the hunter and the farmer's game. The hunter's game is where you go out there and hunt, and then if you manage to hunt, you get to eat and you won't be hungry. The farmer's game is that you plant the seeds, and then when the crop is ready, then you harvest it, right? Right. So the farmer's game is where you do things now for the future. The hunter's game is you do now because you're hungry, and in this case, you need the money and you need to generate income fast, right? So you got to be able to balance those. And the way how I work on it is that if I have both going on, I will work on that first. But here's the most interesting part is that when I do this, eventually I will spend more time on the YouTube videos rather than doing the emails. Why? Because I'm spending 80% of the time on the email so that I can get it done right now. And then once it is done, I will actually have time to focus on creating the YouTube videos, which is something to be done for the future that it's not going to be monetized right now, but it's good to have because you want to invest your time to create to focus on tasks that will bring results for you at later stage so that you will not always be in the hunter's game in that sense. Right? So let me say this again so that you're not confused. You have two things to do. Which one should you do first? Whichever that can give you the results now, right? And of course, when I say now, I mean that you are confident that this can give you the results, right? Don't go and waste time and you're not going to get anything. So 80% of your time should be focused on here. And once this is done, right, you realize that you actually have a lot of time later on to complete whatever thing that you need to be done for the farmer's game, right? But at the same time, let's say if you have, say, 10 hours, 8 hours will be spent on money today, money now, right? And 2 hours will be spent on money tomorrow in the sense that to generate income for you tomorrow. It's that concept. But when you do this at the same time, when you spend the 10 hours right now, 8 hours here and 2 hours here, you will realize that later on, when you have the 10 hours, you don't need to spend for the emails anymore because it's all done, right? And then you have the 10 hours for YouTube videos. For instance, like producing this content right now, right? This doesn't generate income for me, but it's important that I do this for my clients, right? And also this content could be used in the latest promotion. But if I don't do it right now, what do I risk? I risk the challenge of not serving my clients well. And also, in the future, when I need content, I do not have content, and I need to find the time that you produce the content. And the second way of how you decide which one comes first, it's focusing on what makes you more money. So you have, say, 3 things to do, like 3 products that you can create, right? So which one should you do? Or let's say you have 2 products you can create and 1 product that you can upgrade right now, that it is old and it needs you to upgrade to the next version, right? Well, just look at it from this perspective. Which one of them will give you more money if you spend your time on it? It's very straightforward, right? I mean, we're referring to putting in the effort to generate the maximum income, right? So let's say 3 of these, I would say, hey, this product sells for $1,000, this product sells for $10, and this is an upgraded product for existing clients, right? So logically, I will focus on this one because it's a $1,000 product. If I sell 2 units of it, it's $2,000. But for this product that sells for $10, I need to sell 200 units in order for me to also make $2,000. And the third product here that requires me to upgrade, at this moment of time, it doesn't generate any income in that sense. It is good for customer service to give customer a very good experience, which something that I need to do, but not at this moment of time if my focus is to generate more income towards the company, towards the business, right? So once you identify this, it'll be so much more easier for you to take the right action. And to identify this is actually by using, again, your notepad. You write it down, you draw a line, you split it out, and you write the pros and the cons, and you do this. Now, I kid you not, if you just spend like 1 day to iron all of this out, right, you'll be so much more effective and know your direction, where to go from here so that you can take action and get things done, because that's what you want to achieve, to get things done. If you haven't got started, this is how you get started. If you're doing something halfway, then you put yourself in the right track and start moving from here. Okay? And the final session here is I want to share with you how I get things done. right? The way I get things done is a bit different than the conventional method. Now, for me, the way how I get things done is that I commit myself first, then I will do it. So, for instance, a real life example is this: is that uh, recently I offer a virtual class as a bonus to my customers, right? So I've sold like over 100 units. So now I have committed to over 100 people and says, hey, I'm going to do this virtual class. And now I really could not abandon anymore because there's over 100 people and I have to do the virtual class. Now, but the real reason why I overcommit myself, right? I push myself to that degree is because I want to get things done. I want to create content. I want to produce the visual class so that I can use that for futures product content and so on. And I know that I will never make time to do it, especially on the weekend, if I don't commit to someone else. In this case, to my customers, right? So I think that the way how you get things done is sometimes is to push yourself, and to make commitment. And this is where the classic saying of chicken and egg stuff is that if you don't have customers, then do you need to get customers first or create the product first? I mean, if you don't have customers, why would you create a product? Why would you create? Uh, so you do not know where to start in that sense. So it goes back to what you want to do. I mean, do you have your plan? Have you ironed it out? Like I've been teaching you, I've been training you and teaching you how to get started, right? I mean, you have all the knowledge, you have the blueprint. If you don't have the blueprint, please go through the training again on how to decide on your niche market, what is the offer, and all that kind of good stuff, right? So once you have that, now you know what you need to create, but you haven't created yet. And the reason why you haven't created yet because you don't have a market. But let's say if you just put out a web page, right? And you go out there and you charge, I'm just making this up, $1, right? $10 or $5, something very minimal, and you promise what you're going to deliver. Now, it is not about making a $5 or $1 and so on, but it's about you making a promise to your customers. And when you do that, you're now so-called forced to put yourself to work, right? So here's what I suggest you to do. This is just my challenge for you so that you can achieve success. If you don't take up the challenge, I have nothing to lose. This is your life, your business, and so on. It's very simple. You have decided what you want to do, right? So just put out a web page, create a web page. And if you do not know how to create a web page, then just invest in tools, software like, for instance, ClickFunnels, right? They have all the templates that you need. So there's really no excuse for not taking action. If you feel like ClickFunnels is out of your budget, there are other templates out there. For instance, use GetResponse. It has the autoresponder that you need and also the page builder that you need. Come on, there's so many tools out there. I mean, just listen to your own excuse over and over and over again that you're giving yourself. I mean, don't you think it's like enough is enough of your own excuse? Something that has been delayed for weeks, months, or even years. Don't you just want to destroy that and eliminate that and be proud of yourself rather than giving yourself excuses and lying not just to you but to your loved ones and BSing me, your mentor, that you are too busy when it's all about you, right? Embracing what we have shared earlier about being willing to work hard to achieve success and to enjoy your lifestyle, right? Okay, so enough of the pep talk because I'm not some motivational speaker. I'm a very direct approach kind of coach that I will tell you what you need to do in order for you to achieve success. So sign up for whatever you need to sign up, put out a page, right? And start to promote it, right? Start to share it. And you don't need to have your product created. You just need to have the outline. You just need to have the PowerPoint for it, right? And you start to offer it to the market. And then when you start getting customers, you get excited and you force yourself to start doing it. It's really that simple, right? Sometimes we need that kind of push, that kind of commitment for us to do things. If we don't have the commitment, we just don't do it. And this is the commitment that you need for your own success, right? And once you get it done, you start to get feedback from your customers, and the engine starts to move. And that's where you can learn more about strategies, what kind of system you should use, and so on. Okay, go ahead and push yourself. Don't waste your time learning things that is not going to be helpful for you. Like for instance, right? Let's say you want to just thinking of something else. Let's say you want to be an affiliate marketer, right? Then why would you want to figure out how to use PayPal to collect payment, or ClickBank order link, or Stripe, and so on? You don't need that, right? If you just want to be an affiliate marketer, you just need to have a ClickBank account and figure out how to get your hot link, your affiliate link, and that's it, right? So that's what I mean by narrowing down, and and forget about everything else that doesn't concern you at this moment of time, right? Okay, with that said, this is Patricia. Now it's time to go and start working. Right now, this instant, right? After this training, go ahead and get your to-do list, get it prepared, and get started right away. All right?